I would like to ask you a question. Why is it that you guys are hounds for bad news? Why is it that, it seems to me that at this moment, this day, you could ask me many questions about many positive and wonderful things that are happening in this country. But we gather here to pay court to sensationalism. We gather here to pay court to negativism. You guys have a job to do. I'm a relatively intelligent man. There are many aspects to my personality that you can explore, I think, very constructively. But you sit here and ask me such one-dimensional questions about a very tiny area of our lives. You ask me questions that fall continually within the Negro-ness of my life. You ask me questions that pertain to the narrow scope of the summer riots. I am artist, man, American, contemporary. I am an awful lot of things, so I wish you would pay me the respect due and not simply ask me about those things.
Hello everyone, this is Speaker Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video for you, and this will be just a quick reflection and acknowledgement on the very sad news of actor Sidney Poitier passing away recently at the age of 94 years old. As of yet, details haven't been released as to the cause of his death, but when referring to Sidney Poitier, I think most people within the movie entertainment circles rightly recognise the true impact and significance of his emergence within the industry. It's so easy to take for granted now in terms of the many black actors and actresses that we see now on screen, but it must be remembered the far lesser opportunities that Sidney would have had at his disposal in order to break through the industry. He of course broke through during the civil rights movement, back when it was very difficult for any black actor to get any prominent roles, let alone lead performances within big event films. His first film debut was in No Way Out within 1950, where he played the role of a doctor, and that role really helped him come to far more major prominence. And also he continued this momentum in The Defiant Ones, and this role was very important in itself as he became the first black actor to receive a nomination for Best Actor for both the Academy Awards and also the BAFTAs as well. 5 years or so after that role, he would then of course go on to make the historic achievement of winning the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in the movie Lilies of the Field in 1963, where he played a handyman who was helping a group of German nuns, and this performance helped him become only the second African American actor to win an Oscar after Hattie McDaniels won for Gone with the Wind way back in 1938. And after this Oscar win, Sidney Poitier would then go on to have some of his most prominent roles within his career with the likes of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which was very important at the time because it featured the first interracial relationship within major film. Into Sir with Love, he played a teacher who came across various racial and social attitudes within an inner city school, and perhaps his most iconic role was the great movie In the Heat of the Night in 1967, where he starred alongside Rod Steiger. This is where of course he played the role as Virgil Tibbs, a top police investigator coming into various racial conflicts and attitudes whilst investigating a murder, and eventually rising up to eventually be treated with respect amongst his contemporaries. It's a great movie, and it's such an important and impactful movie that was very much impressionable at the time of its overall release. And I think overall as an actor, he always had this quiet intensity about him. He was able to keep his poise and preserve his very much inner rage and rise above the antagonism that he always came across. What was most significant about the roles he was playing is that he was playing black characters who actually had status, who could actually legitimately strive for equality and fit in with treatment with his white contemporaries. And overall, this is what made him such an inspirational figure to many actors during the time. Now, despite all of this, he did actually come under some certain criticism because many people felt he was playing a similar type of role, characters who were always full of dignity and integrity, and some people felt that he was lacking a certain versatility in terms of the roles that he was playing. Now, after the 60s, he did take a break from movies and he had smaller, less notable roles post this stage of his career, but was very appropriate and testing of his legacy when he handed the Oscar to Denzel Washington, who himself won for his lead role within Training Day in 2002. This was also significant because Halle Berry also became the first black actress to win for a lead role for her performance in Monsters Ball, and also that same ceremony Sidney Poitier himself was awarded the Academy Honorary Award. He did direct a few movies, most notably Stir Crazy in 1980, starring Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, but as well as his acting, Poitier had also served as a Bahamas ambassador in 1997, and he's also received other several Lifetime Achievement Awards and recognition. So he's always been revered and respected in many ways, particularly for the peak phase of his career within the 1960s, and he's always been that symbol of inspiration and integrity, in many ways paving the way for other celebrated black actors that we've seen certainly within the last 20 to 30 years, the likes of Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Eddie Murphy, Samuel L. Jackson, Wesley Snipes, and also we look at other actors that have won Oscars, the likes of Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker and Mahershala Ali. So when we look back on all of these actors post Sidney Poitier, how many opportunities would they have had if it wasn't for Poitier's achievements? But we should also remember that Poitier also had to be a great actor in order to rise to his overall position. So it was also his skill and his craft and his dedication to his profession that really elevated him and got him to where he was in terms of his great status within the industry. So such an inspirational figure, and very sad of his recently passing away. At the very least, he got to live the most of his life at 94 years old, but a great actor for his times and such a great example of dignity and class with Sidney Poitier, and I'm sure he will be sadly missed by all of his friends and family and contemporaries alike. So a great inspirational figure in Sidney Poitier, who sadly passed away recently at the age of 94 years old.